Hello, my beautiful besties. I'm sure you guys can tell by today's title and thumbnail, we are just doing a good old-fashioned chatty get ready with me. I think I have like 2 new makeup products to try. Everything else is not new, but I will make sure I list everything down in the description. So with that said, besties, grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's just go ahead and hang out, play with some makeup, and chat about life. Alright, so I'm starting off with my Thayer's Hydrating Milky Toner. You guys already know the drill with that. I absolutely love doing chatty get ready with me. There's something about it that's just, I don't know, it's just so fun because I feel like we're on FaceTime. Like, I feel like we're on FaceTime together. Even though you guys cannot answer back, I would love to hear back from you guys. I'd be like, hi, and then we just like chit chat, but I do love doing a chat get with me because it just kind of feels like we are just kind of sitting here talking about life while applying our makeup. So let's see, where do I begin? Well, we've officially been living at this apartment. We've officially been living in this house now for, I want to say, about 2 months. We've officially been living here. We are still like not really settled in. I don't know when we're going to be settled in. We actually ended up meeting the homeowners. I want to say like 2 weeks ago, we actually met the homeowners. They came here because there was some stuff in the shed that they had to get. And our property management was like, hey, the owners need to stop by to pick up something from the shed. Are you guys comfortable with them being there? If not, we'll make sure that we're here too. That way, you know, we can be like the middleman. And we were like, no, they could absolutely be here, like no problem. And then the owners actually came and like, they actually like, I'm gonna go into the bioma. They actually like introduced themselves, which I thought was really, really amazing that they did. Cause like we wanted to kind of meet them too. And we talked for like 30 minutes. They were so sweet. Talked about the neighborhood, talked about how everybody here is like all friends. They lived here for a long time. Everybody here knows each other. They like hang out. And for me, that's such like a foreign concept because I haven't lived in a house since I was like 21 years old. I lived in my parents' house, and at my parents' street, it's like a dead-end street. So there's only 7 houses on that street. And when I was a child growing up, everybody did kind of know each other, you know, growing up. But then like people moved, people passed, houses got sold, some got turned into rentals. So it just became a very different like situation. So now I'm going to put on these under eye revival patches. Now it's just very much like, I think my parents only know like their actual like next door neighbor and the neighbor besides them, but like anybody else, like they don't know. Like there is no communication with the rest of the street. So it's just, you know, not something that like I said, I'm used to. I was a child when I lived there. So I was a kid when I lived there. So I didn't really think about like communicating to the neighbors. I did hang out with like the neighborhood kids, you know, the kids that were there because I was a kid myself. But I didn't actually like make friends with any of these people. So it's very different for me to like live in a neighborhood where the next door neighbor to us has like, I think like 3 or 4 kids. And the kids are always outside playing, which I think is really cool because it kind of reminds me of like my childhood running around and playing. Like I like seeing them running around and like playing outside and stuff like that. And everybody waves, everybody's so sweet. But like I said, we're not used to this environment. I'm used to living in an apartment complex where, you know, my headband keeps hitting the microphone. So if you keep hearing like little noise, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just the microphone's right here so I don't like echo the whole time. But why am I putting this on when I need to do my eyes? I don't know why I'm doing that. I literally have to do my eyes. And I was going to put tape on and now I'm putting this on. Why did I do that? You know what? Let me just let this sit for a couple minutes.
A few moments later.
So it's been a few minutes and I'm just kind of rubbing off the excess product. I don't know why I just put that off and I literally need to do my eyes. Before I tell you guys the rest of the story, I'm going to go play with the brand new Legend of Korra collection by Lethal Cosmetics. I have both eyeshadows right here. The first palette that I have is going to be the Rava Press palette. The Rava palette retails for $39 and it says step into the light with the Rava eyeshadow palette comprising carefully curated regal mattes and shifting dual chromes that blend effortlessly. This 9-pan collection takes your look from soft glow to full spirit state radiance. Now the other palette that I have is going to be the Vatu eyeshadow palette right here, and this also retails for $39. And this says, enter the darkness, swipe across the chaos, and unleash a boulder with your Vatu eyeshadow palette. Channeling the spirit of darkness, this 9-pan palette features an uncompromising selection of rich pigmented mattes, luminous dual chromes, and multi-chromes that transcend dimension and command attention in every single brush stroke. So like I said, these do retail for $39. There's also going to be 2 different eyeliner sets. There's also blushes, which I did not receive any any of the blush lighters because they are on pre-order. There's a sponge, an enhanced lipping oil, and some face masks and a guava and a gua sha as well. I did get the face mask and the gua sha. I did not get the lip gloss, but I did get the sponge. So we're just going to be playing with the 2 eyeshadow palettes today. Everything that you guys can buy the full collection, it is available right now for pre-order. I do have a code. It's going to be flashing like right here. I don't make any money off of that, by the way. It's just a code to help save you guys some coin. But I think I'm going to do today, so I think I'm just going to kind of mix both palettes together. So anyway, everybody here, like I said, they're all friends. They're all neighbors. And about a week ago, I got invited to this Hilton Afterglow party. Just for simply being a content creator here in Orlando. And I was invited by Resort Pass to go to this Hilton Afterglow party. It was cool. Like, it's something that I wouldn't necessarily spend money on if I'm being completely real with you guys. Like, it was cool for what it was. But I didn't have like any obligation to post or anything. They just simply invited me for being there. So I went, I brought my friends with me. I brought Corey and my friends with me. And so we went, we had a good time. But as we were leaving the house, we noticed that like I said, our next door neighbor was throwing a barbecue. And there was like a ton of people there. They had a lemonade stand and everything. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Like I've not seen this before. I've not been in a neighborhood with like a lemonade stand. So I didn't think anything of it. We just kind of waved, and I noticed that like neighbors are kind of coming and going between the different houses, and like we just kind of waved at them. And then I went about my day. Well, last week I was coming home from work, and a neighbor was walking with their daughter and their dog, and they happened to see me. So they approached me, and they're like, "Hi, I'm so and so," and I was like, "Oh, hi, I'm Allie. So nice to meet you." They asked if I was settling in, and I was like, well, not really. Just like we still have so many boxes to unpack. We've just been doing it very slowly just because, I don't know, it just takes so much work and effort. And Corey works a lot of hours, and I don't know. We've been doing the best that we can. My beauty room's unpacked. The guest room's not. The living room's kind of done. We still just have a lot to do, besties, okay? I didn't think we'd be taking this long, but we also only gave up our apartment like a month ago, right? I'm going to take this shade called Dark Avatar, and we're going to put it on the outer V. I'm going to do like a little halo eye look today. So yeah, so we just didn't really think it would take us this long to unpack, but trust me, it's taking a lot longer than we expected. It's just because, when we are off together, we just want to kind of spend time together and not really do much. So we've been taking our time, our sweet little ass time. So it's what it is. And so yeah, anyway, I said that, we've been slowly kind of unpacking and whatnot. And they they asked what like me and my husband did for a living. And then they were just really cool. They introduced me to like their daughter, and they kind of talked about the neighborhood. Where is my mirror? Just like I said, they kind of explained the neighborhood. And then they pretty much told me that they try to do like monthly barbecues because everybody here is like all tight knit. Like they've been living here forever and they're all friends. So like, you should come join us on the next time we do a barbecue. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, absolutely. Like I'll bring like some drinks and food, whatever. But as I walked back inside, I thought, this is weird. Like, this is weird. I'm not used to this, okay? Like, I'm not used to this. I was like, this is the beginning stages of like a horror movie, right? Like, what's gonna happen? I just finished watching this show on Netflix called My Worst Neighbor Ever. So now I'm paranoid. Now, these people were really nice. They were absolutely super, super, super nice. And they seem really genuine. I don't know. I'm just not used to this. This is very, very, very foreign to me. Becoming friends with neighbors like this. And it's crazy because like I loved my upstairs neighbors when I lived in my apartments. I actually just had dinner with my neighbor yesterday. Hi, Allison. I just had dinner with her yesterday, and we are actual like friends outside living together. She's freaking amazing. I love her. But we like legit. I'm just not used to this. So I don't really know how to take it. I mean, obviously I'll go because like we want to like fit into the neighborhood. We want people to I want people to feel welcomed around us, or I want people to feel like we're welcoming. I'm just not used to this. So if you guys have ever encountered neighbors like this, is this like common? Is this like something that people do? Like, I don't know how to take it. And it just feels very weird to me. I get freaked out. I freaked out. But like, it's just because I'm an introvert, but I'm also an extrovert. It's just so weird. But yeah, I don't really know how to necessarily take this. I mean, like I said, they meant complete no harm whatsoever. They were very, very, very kind. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Northern Spirit Portal right here to blend that out. Super, super kind people. I just don't know. I don't know. Is this normal? And right above that, I'm gonna take this shade called Avatar Wayne right there. Really pretty palettes, by the way. Really pretty. I'm so sorry that I'm super delayed on reviewing this, but this actually got sent to my old address. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get my hands on it for a minute just because we don't have access to that mailbox anymore. Like, it's a locked mailbox. So I had to wait until the person who runs the office was there so she can give me the key. And it took like 30 minutes for them to even find the key to the mailbox to even be able to give me this stuff. So I'm definitely late on this one right here. I'm going to go into this shade called Balance Restored. We're going to put this in the inner corner because I like that'd be really pretty to kind of do that with like the purple. Back in that same blue shade to blend that out. So that's kind of like how the update on our house is doing. Like I said, I know you guys like want a house tour. Eventually that house tour will come at some point. I just don't have a date when, just because we really have not like done much. The only thing I have done is I did go get some fall decorations and I started to decorate the house in fall stuff. Which Corey's like kind of excited about because he's like, that just tells me that you're actually like starting to be open to this place, because he was scared that I wasn't going to be. I'm going to go into this shade right here called, I'm going to this shade right here to place that right next to that green. He was kind of scared that I wasn't going to be open to this place just because I'm not really one that does well with change. I've been very open and honest about that. Like, I'm not one that does well with change at all. So he was just like really excited to see that I was getting excited to like decorate and stuff like that. That really kind of made him happy that I was doing that. And I guess I just didn't realize, like, I guess I gave off the vibe, but I just wasn't really happy with the move. And I think you guys knew that. I was just kind of worried about the change too. Like, I wasn't going to feel like this place was home. I don't know if I still would call this place home yet, if I get that home vibe, but I really, really, really am starting to like this house. Like, I really, really, really am starting to like this house. So that's kind of what the update is on there. Last week, Koa had a tooth extraction. Actually, he had more than just a tooth extraction. Green is a little lackluster. I'm going to take a little bit of, I'm going to take this shade right here called Eternal Struggle from this palette. This is such a pretty shade. We're going to take this. We're going to put that literally right here. Oh my god, yeah. Look at how pretty that shade is. And right next to that, I kind of want to go into this shade called Batu. Right here. I guess purpley shade. Start to put this like right here. This is how it's currently looking. I do think it looks really pretty. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shade right here called Southern Spirit Portal right here, this dark blue. And I'm going to line this along my upper waterline. And then I'm going to come back with the other eye completely done. We're going to continue on with the rest of the face. I'm going to continue on telling you guys about my life for the last couple weeks. Okay, so now that the eyes are done, we're just going to go in the face. I'm just going to show you guys the products as I'm putting it on. So last week, Koa had, I just dropped the lid to that. Koa had, have to get a tooth extraction because he chipped a tooth or kind of broke his tooth in half. Now, we don't know how he did it. We just happened to notice that he did. And so when we dropped him off last Wednesday at like 7:30 in the morning, y'all, I hate surgery day. Surgery day is like the freaking worst because it just is so stressful. Now, we had to go to an actual like surgery center. We didn't go to our vet because our vet didn't have the capability to do a tooth extraction. So we had to go to like our actual like surgery center, drop him off. So this is a place I've never been to before. So I obviously am like a worried pet parent. I felt like shit leaving him there, but we drop him off. They said they'll give us a call as soon as he goes back in. And it had been a few hours since he went back in. Where's my brush? It's been a few hours since I heard from them. And they just like kind of were sucking at communication. So I was that pet parent that constantly kept reaching out. Been like, what's going on? What's going on? They're like, oh, he's still waiting for his turn, waiting for his turn. And I was like, okay, you guys said that a while ago. Like, what's going on? And it just ended up taking like all day. And I was, like I said, was that helicopter parent that was constantly reaching out to them, being like, what's going on? Give me the status, give me the update. So I felt kind of bad, but like, that's my child. That's like my baby right there. You know what I mean? So I felt kind of bad about it, but he is doing good. They ended up taking out 2 teeth actually, because there was a tooth that he's had his entire life that was completely cracked down the middle. It looked like 2 teeth in one. We thought it was like a birth defect because he's literally had that like his entire life that I've known him. He's had that like split down the middle tooth. Like, I never thought anything of it because, like I said, he's had that his whole life. But they took that as well, and we were kind of shocked because we were not expecting them to take his tooth like that. So it's like, my little baby's missing 2 teeth. My little sweetheart's missing 2 teeth, and it's just so sad to see. But he is definitely doing a lot better. But we were dealing with that. We've definitely done a lot better. And I'm just like, I feel like we can never catch a break when it comes to our animals. We can never catch a break when it comes to our animals. Something is always going on with them. But I mean, I would give, my life up for these dogs. So I mean, like, I'll do whatever I can to help them. But yeah, so that is something that happened. I also had my first therapy appointment last week as well. That was definitely interesting. I haven't had therapy since I was in my 20s. Like, I had therapy in my 20s. I did not like it. I also don't think I really liked the person that I was doing like my therapy with, but I had my first session last week and I didn't really know what to expect. I was definitely kind of nervous because I don't know, I hate talking about my emotions. Like, talking about my emotions is like the worst thing ever for me. I tend to avoid talking about my emotions, especially because like I'll end up crying. I just know me. I will end up crying. I did not cry though. Surprisingly, I did not cry. But I think it's just because it was an introductory session. So like we just kind of like, her introducing herself to me and, her introducing herself to me, kind of telling me a little bit about herself, kind of like asking me about myself, wanting to get to know me and my background a little bit of my medical history, my family history, just kind of like stuff like that. So definitely not something that I'm really used to. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've ever done something like this. So this was a virtual visit. The last time I ever went to therapy, it was like a in person, and that was like at the University of Central Florida because they offered counseling services back then. So that's what I did. So this is like new, but I had my first session and I do think it went pretty well. I do like the therapist so far, so I'm curious to see how this is going to go and if this is going to help. We shall see, because if you guys did not know, I did get diagnosed with PMDD, which is a premenstrual dissociative disorder. I also did get diagnosed with anxiety and depressive disorder as well. So I've been put on antidepressants. I've never been on antidepressants before, and let me tell you, I absolutely hated it. I hated it when I first started, because essentially I was only supposed to be taking it during my luteal phase because it's supposed to help kind of the hormones and the balancing and stuff like that. But it was horrendous for me because I was taking it in the morning, and by mid-afternoon I was struggling to stay awake, like absolutely struggling to stay awake. I think that's when you guys started noticing like less YouTube videos for me, and when I was filming I was like, hey, like it took everything I had to give any sort of energy in the video. I ended up coming down with a massive migraine, and then my period started and I had to stop taking the antidepressant because I was only supposed to take it during my luteal phase. So I was happy that I stopped, but at the same time I was dreading going back on it. But after my therapy session, I had a conversation with both my doctor and the therapist, and they recommended that I just get back on it during, again, this next month. So we're trying it again, and this time I'm taking it at night, and I do realize that I don't have nearly as much bad side effects as I did the first time around, back in June. I didn't have nearly as bad of a side effects this time around, but I was still like, now I'm taking it at night. It helps me fall asleep quickly, but I am waking up in the middle of the night either like really, really hot, or my brain is just like wide awake. So we're still trying to figure out the balance of that. I don't know if the medication's helping. I really don't know. I've never been on antidepressants before. So this is very, very, very new to me. And I'm being very open and very vulnerable, and I'm sharing this with you guys. I know sometimes people in my life say I share too much for the internet. The internet doesn't get, shouldn't know these things because they can use it against you. And they absolutely can. They could weaponize my my mental health against me, but I'm not afraid to also share my story. I'm not ashamed to say that I'm not okay, that my mental health has not been okay for quite some time. I'm not ashamed to say that because it's the truth. It's reality. Life is hard, and I'm struggling. And so instead of just, letting it consume me like I have for so long, I finally went and sought help so I can get better. So that's what I'm doing. I'm on a journey right now, and I don't know whether or not this is going to work. I don't know. I don't have any answers at all. All I know is that I'm trying really hard to just get better as best as I can. I'm just setting my face before I put concealer on. That's not what I wanted to do. So we'll see. I'll definitely kind of keep you guys up to date with that, but it's been definitely new for me. Like I said, I have not done this in a long time, and I've never been on medication like this. So this is a first. I'm going to try to blend it out just a little bit. I've been trying to let it set before I blend it up into my fine lines, because it's just been really sitting there lately, and like the powder has been really emphasizing all my fine lines and like aging me. So I've been trying to be a little bit more conscious about my like concealer trying to use a little bit less. I'm also trying not to bring it up too much into the under eye just because I'm trying not to like have it set on my fine lines. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of like my journey there. Like I said, I don't mind sharing my story just because there's nothing to be ashamed of. But yeah, I officially, you know, am on hopefully the right path to get help. Because it's just been hard. It's been hard. I've been feeling kind of lost and kind of unsure about what I should do with my life and my path. And, you know, I love social media so much. I really do love this job. But in reality, like, I'm also kind of struggling with the job as well because, like, you know, it doesn't really pay me much. And so I have to work like multiple jobs just to make ends meet. And it gets really stressful. It gets really stressful, and I put so much pressure on myself to try to, like, you know, make ends meet, and it just can really get really consuming. And I'm just trying to find the right opportunity for me that works out. Just trying to figure it all out is all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to figure it all out while also taking care of myself at the same time. And it's not been the easiest. It's absolutely not been the easiest. I've been, you know, quiet for so long about my struggles, and I finally started to open up to my coworkers about it and my friends and my husband. And you know, I've been trying to finally open up, being like, listen, I am not okay. I haven't been okay in a minute, but I will be okay. Like, I have high hopes for this. I have high hopes that this is going to work out. But I just want to share my journey with you guys. Truly, because it's so isolating doing this alone. I also thought about, honestly, like, because like I said, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Like, I love the beauty world so much. I love being a content creator. I love the beauty world so much, and I love doing like YouTube and stuff like that. But like, obviously it doesn't pay the bills. But I thought about doing something different. I'm going to go into these new Morphe blush lights. They did send this to me in PR. I don't know if you guys have already seen the short that I posted on these, but these are the Cloud Light Soft Glow Diffuse blushes. I'm going to kind of mix these two together today. They're really pretty. But I've been just trying to like figure out kind of like what I want to do. And I kind of want to like go back into streaming. I miss streaming. I had a lot of fun when I would play video games for you guys. And I don't know if that's something that anyone here would even care to watch personally. Like, and I'd understand it because I'm a makeup content creator and I get it. But man, did I love, you know, streaming. And I kind of thought about doing that again because it was a lot of fun for me. It was something that was different. And I don't know, would that be something that you guys would be interested in seeing? Would you guys be interested into seeing me playing video games again? It's like a whole other side of me. It's like a huge passion of mine. I play video games almost every night with like my friends and with my husband. And I don't know, I just feel like it'd be kind of fun to kind of implement that again here on my channel. But is that something you guys want to see? Like I said, those are so pretty. I'm going to set my face with the hard candy. Do my under eyes. I think for my under eyes, I think I'm gonna do like this this purple right here, but blend it out with this blue right here. I feel like that'd be really pretty. So I'm gonna take a small little brush. Okay, let me throw on some blue liner and some mascara. We're gonna come back to do the highlight and the lips. All right, and then for the inner corner, we're gonna go into this shade right here called Spirit of Light. We're going to use that for the inner corner and the brow bone today. For highlight, I'm just going to go into the L'Oreal Infallible highlight right here. So yeah, I don't really know what I want to do, besties. I'm going to take the Nikkie Joy Cosmetic Velvet Finishing Powder right here. I don't really know what I want to do. As you guys can tell, I haven't really, you know, done a lot of new makeup stuff. Like I haven't really done a lot of new makeup stuff. I've been doing like this beauty history stuff because I've just been trying to evolve my content and not just keep doing the same things over and over again. And I also want to film something that you guys like as well without while also being like really conscious about the budget, because I know that like times are hard for like all of us right now. And I'm just trying to go into this from Glamlight. I'm just trying to be more conscious about that whenever I do makeup videos. And so that's why I'm trying to use more of like shop my stashes and get ready with me and like digging into my collection for old stuff, because I just feel like times are so tough for all of us that I'm just trying to figure it out. Alrighty guys, so this is the final look right here. I think it actually turned out absolutely beautifully. I love the way the final look turned out. The eye look is gorgeous. The eye look is really gorgeous. I have to say, the Legend of Korra collection from Letha Cosmetics, it's beautiful. I only play with the eyeshadow palettes. I didn't play with really anything else, but the quality in here is quite nice. I'm actually really enjoying how this turned out. Very, very, very beautiful collection. I feel like they did a really good job with this. And then I also really do like the Morphe blush lights. I've been using them since I got them, and they're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. But everything else I've already been using, but I will make sure I link everything down below. But hopefully you guys like this Chatty Get Ready With Me. I'm not trying to be anything I'm not. I'm just trying to share my life with you guys. I'm trying to show you guys the reality of like what I'm living in right now currently with like just everything. I'm just being as open and vulnerable. I'm just being open and honest with you guys as much as I can. If I forgot anything, I do apologize. But yeah, this is just how my life has been. So hopefully just bear with me. I'm going to try to still produce as much content as possible. But there's days I just miss uploads just because I really am trying to focus on myself and trying to just put myself in a better position, both financially, mentally, physically. Just I'm trying to finally take care of me. So yeah, anyways, besties, that is going to be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this chatty get ready with me, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, so I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys heard my other channels are for life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful paid members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribe, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, besties, I love you. I'll see you guys in the very next video.